Hello everybody, my name is Jagiero and welcome back to another episode of Afterlife. Check it out, the build is looking beautiful. In the last episode we built this wondrous mob tower over there, over there, and it's working great. I've actually just tweaked it a little bit so that I've now got access to the bottom section. In fact, let's go take a look, shall we? Okay, so we just fly down to here where there's lots of these guys all the time. We can enter into the cavern below here, so now we've got the storage system set up for the mob farm and it's working beautifully. I've emptied it a couple of times, it's great. I've got tons of gunpowder and string and bone meal and all the good stuff. I've just done this out very basically. What I had to do actually was fill it with sand and gravel and dirt and then just dig it all out to get rid of all the water. But yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I don't need to do any more than this. It's perfectly okay. Where's that stupid drowned? Also, in the last episode, I showed you this lovely sculk farm I made here. Very, very basic one, but honestly, it works perfectly for the amount of sculk that I need. I can just dig all this up and then replace it with whatever I've got, like dirt. Perfect. Excellent. It's working beautifully. See? Wondrous. Now, there is only one slight problem with this. Since I started using the sculk farm, I just noticed that some of it appears to be escaping out of the cave and crawling down the mountainside here in these, like, slimy tendrils. Hopefully, this is not a problem and will have no future ramifications on the space-time continuum. Heh. Speaking of time, it has been a while since I made a last video. You may be wondering where I've been. Well, I've been sick, okay? I've been quite sick for like, I don't know, like a month and a half or something like that. Just a few health issues back to back to back to back, and it was quite frustrating. My voice just went, so I couldn't record any videos. My voice was just completely gone. But luckily, I'm feeling much better now, and I'm ready to record in this world. I've been talking on the YouTube community tab a little bit about a future project with a much more, shall we say, well, futuristic vibes. But don't worry, I've still got plenty of plans for this world. But today will be a little bit of a shorter video. I just want to do one quick build, and it's over there. Now that is my favorite spot to look at. This build essentially just gives you a really great view of the area. And yeah, so I want to do a little something here. I've spoken before about maybe like a lighthouse or perhaps a beacon tower. So, as you can see, I've gathered up a whole bunch of resources. My resources are really, really low, by the way. But I've got enough for today's build. And, well, without further ado, let's get building. So, last episode, I said we need a name for this area, right? And I had a couple of suggestions in the comments that I liked. However, I remembered a word that I really like that would fit for the theme of the Abbey here. So, let me give you a bit of an abridged medical history lesson. Back in the good old days of ancient Greece, there was a physician named Hippocrates. You may have heard of something called the Hippocratic Oath, which is a traditional oath of ethics that medical practitioners pledge to. And it's one of a few things that Hippocrates was known for. Something else he's known for is his medical theory of the four humours. He and a few others theorized that the body's constitution is made up of 4 substances, and the balance of these substances affects your health. These 4 substances are yellow bile, black bile, phlegm, and blood. Excesses and deficiencies in these substances were theorized to cause different issues like pain, poor health, and different temperaments, and it's the temperaments we're going to focus on here. People with excess yellow bile were said to be choleric. Choleric? Who knows? Which means they're bitter, bad-tempered, and fiery. People with black bile were described as melancholic or depressive, reserved, and anxious. People with excess phlegm were called phlegmatic and were low-spirited, sluggish, and unemotional. And finally, people who had an imbalance of blood were warm, enthusiastic, positive people, and were described as sanguine. And this relationship between the word sanguine and blood has continued throughout the years to gain many meanings, including to describe the colour red or someone who is bloodthirsty or murderous. It's related to the Latin word for blood, which is sanguis, and the technical term for draining a body of its blood is the fantastic word exsanguinate. Also, if you've ever heard of Warhammer 40k Space Marine army called the Blood Angels, their leader is the Primarch Sanguinius, which is cool. So, I've done all of that rambling just to say I've decided to name this area the Sanguine Bay. And so the Abbey here is called the Sanguine Bay Abbey. So there we have it, the beacon of Sanguine Bay. This is like a lighthouse to show all the ships that pass through this place that there's land here and you must not crash into it. I don't know. Would you have a lighthouse here? Probably not. It's fine. What it really serves, the purpose it's really for, is if we go to the top here. It's taking so long. Why does it take... I'm fine. We can look out at the wrong side. We can look out over the Sanguine Bay. This is my favourite view of this place, so that's great. I love this. I'm going to be sad, actually. When I start building the extra sections of this thing, it's probably going to hide a fair bit of this detail from, like, behind the build, but I'm sure it's fine because, you know, the build in front of it will be just as detailed. It'll be fine. Okay, Jag, just tell yourself it'll be fine. Anywho, so... I know today has been a much shorter video. It's because obviously I've been sick and stuff and I just wanted to get a video out as quickly as I possibly could after I'd recovered, so you get a short video. It's fine. What I'm going to do is though, I've already got plans for the rest of the Abbey in place, so we can get that done pretty quickly, and I am back on the video grind from now on, so everything's good. I will just give a little bit of a short talk about the server. You see, it's been pretty quiet on the server lately. I spoke earlier on in the season about building a nether hub for the rest of the server. I probably won't bother with that. I just don't think it's going to get much use at this point. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to finish off this Abbey build. Still a long way to go with the build, so there's still plenty to do. Don't worry about that. But once that's done, well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I see what I move on to, methinks. All right, but I'm afraid I have run out of time for today. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.